Hey guys, welcome to another episode of our podcast. My name is Amina Abdirabba, your host. Tom Daktari, Daddy Mato, Brian Aseli was good, my people.
Mambo sewa.
So we're here to discuss things that I'm sure we have all at some point experienced.
No, why?
A breakup.
Why? What is
because
confirming
it's natural
that?
if you have ever fallen in love.
Some of us have never been left.
Kwanza, Macho, acha tu, ni personal. Macho, aliwachwa kuwachwa. Publicly. Anyway, so but how do you get over a breakup? Can you get over a breakup? What are some of
Yes, you can.
what you do, some of the things you do to how did you get over a breakup you had?
Even before you start with how, let me just chime in with something. I'm the kind of people who believe that the pain of a breakup is worse than the pain of losing a loved one to death. And this is why I say that. In my opinion, because it's a matter of choice. It's a matter of choice. When somebody has no choice in the matter of being with you, the choice has been taken away from them, then hakuna otherwise. Hapo ni Mungu amedecide mtu maisha yake imeenda. But when somebody in their right senses and mind chooses si wewe, we staki mambo yako, or chooses not to meet you at where you need in that relationship, that ish hurts.
Rejection is bad. I think recovering from rejection
so bad
should be taught. Like ukifundishwa kuongea ukiwa mtoto unafanza
when watu wanaenda driving school kufunzwa kunini.
Exactly.
But I think you can't be taught though.
You can't be taught because it's an emotion that you get to experience alone.
And he's absolutely right, because a heartbreak is caused by someone who's still alive. Like they're there, they're just not in my life.
Na flourish.
That's the worst part. That's the worst part.
You know how you usually pray until something bad happens to your ex because they're not with you.
In fact, they get promoted.
Anaenda anapigwa promotion, anapigwa endorsement.
Anafungua biashara tano all in one time.
Anapostiwa branch ya New York, anapata nini, get
Square.
married.
And then they get someone who looks better than you. Unaona huyu kabisa huyu. Hapa hatushindani hapa.
Of course.
I have an ex who immediately after we broke up, they got one of the biggest jobs at the time that we as actors were going for. She got one of the biggest jobs. I was like, kwani ni mimi nilikuwa nimeshikilia best.
It's true. You ask yourself that.
Kwani mimi nilikuwa
Was
nimeshikilia yake.
either bad omen?
Though things changed later.
But for a very long period, you were stuck there wondering, wow.
No, let me tell
Theirs
you.
was short-lived. Mine was long-lived.
Yeah, true. But sazingine unajiulizanga because there's a lot of introspect before you even start thinking about how you will heal. Because sazingine kujanga, it's like you and your person and you've planned this life together and mko karibu kuoana because everyone thinks that they're going to get married to the person they're with right now. Hata kama uko 12 years.
Hata kama uko high school.
Hata kama uko 16 years. Unaanga huyu ndio tutaoana naye.
Like my son, 9. He knows it's our neighbor.
Imagine. Anajua ni neighbor. Alafu neighbor wahame waende mtaa ingine. Contacts zipotee. Una get that kind of math. So something bad happens and the two of you can no longer be together. And I'm one of those guys who are, and you're talking about how it matters how deep you loved someone. Because zingine unafikiria it was just superficial, ni sawa, nita move on, after all ni mimi ndio niko na talent, si yeye. Alafu nagundua the world inatafuta sana mtu mwenye ana hiyo talent. So it cuts you deep when you feel like you are such an amazing person, an amazing partner. You thought that you're going to work out in that relationship. Alafu unakuja unagundua, hey man, now I have to pre-plan or prepare for a life without this person. Yet you had like a blueprint of something else. And how your brain tells you that you have to change to become another person to feel even better.
It's wild.
It takes a while.
It does.
Even before you think about how to recover from a breakup.
Yeah. I always believe like if you move on like 2 months later and I'm seeing Aseli with a girl, you were cheating on me the entire time with this chick, by the way. There is no way the way we loved each other. Me mama yangu anakujua, nyanya yangu anakuombeanga, we have a pet, we were deep in this thing.
But labda,
and 2 months later we're just there.
But
Aseli,
but labda pia ni serial cheater. Familia yako wana introduce yonga kwa kile yule mwenye yako. Hata paka niko like, oh ni huyu.
There is such a thing as trauma bonding. like you find somebody that can help you get through whatever you're going through. They also happened to be in a it's not the best kind of bonding, but trauma bonding, it helps people get through. So one of the ways people get through breakups, it's trauma bonding. You either find that ex that you used to have and then unamwambia we situfanye kitu at least niache kufeel emptiness.
Tried and tested.
I also think
ama pia una meet mtu mpya and then from that unamwambia by the way mi jua hivi, me by the way me niko heartbroken.
So you spend you spend like a better part.
Mi natafuta tu mtu mwenye ataniwomia bed sawa na mi staki feeling sawa, una understand kuna feeling sawa.
Unafika huko unapata kumbe uliweza kupata uhusiano na Messi. Messi anaweza kutengeneza pale, anacheza kweli.
They do say though the best way to get over someone is to get under someone else. I told you, Tom.
Yes. It is by the way. But also feel that there's a level of success that is unlocked by breakups.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes you feel like tumeachana ina nini, and then you realize that after kuachana all of you made kuna success ilikam. There are a lot of things that I've seen a lot of people break up and then from there maisha yao inaanza kuenda fiti. You know, this sometimes it was not made for you. So you, as much as you try to mrudiane tena, sasa mkirudiana maisha yenu inarudi chini. Mkiachana kila mtu anaanza kupata.
So umesema hivi Mungai atakuwa tu sawa.
Kabisa. Kabisa.
Unasema atakuwa tu sawa.
Of course atakuwa sawa.
Yeah, because she has something to prove. So she's going to work even harder than she ever did before. I'm serious.
Yes, and especially if you have no option, if you don't have any other option. Maisha yako lazima iendelee. So hizi vitu kwa tu wiki mbili.
Wait, Tom, you talked about a story before you blew up on TikTok. You were in a relationship and then
yes.
And then you were heartbroken.
Sure.
Say in result ya heartbreak.
You see,
watu wanafaa vunje mioyo. Because we don't miss out on such an amazing icon, man.
Hii yote ilikuwa tu ni kuvunjwa.
Ilikuwa kitambo sana. That was kitambo sana. But huyo it's a story I usually tell and aliniacha after aliona huyu aende mahali. You know, and not in terms of success yangu, because at the time I was still making, you see, unaingia unapatana na mtu kama Churchill, umekimbia kwa wasanii, umepiga picha na as in you can meet these people. I'm trying audition, so I meet this artist, so at least level yangu ya maisha anaona ndio pesa haiko but kujamaa akona connections. And then akaenda akapata vijana, I think sasa hapo ndio ilikuwa shida.
Walikuwa na abs.
Akaenda akapata vijana kule shule, unajua kule campus vile maisha huko.
Oh my god, this is that sweet love where we were home in Shags and then I made it to the city.
Huko campus nini?
Of course.
Mimi najaribu
anaongea vitu anasema wezi understand, wezi wa campus.
Mimi alafu kwanza when you SIU. Aseli.
I'm trying to call this girl.
She's not picking.
Lakini akipika ananiambia, "Yes, nasumbua. I told you I'll call." That is the worst thing. You see, hiyo ilikuwa inaniuma juu. You see, I'm coming from Shags. I was around, nimekuwa nikaa Nairobi for like 2 to 3 years at a time. So nilikuwa mimi najua vitu, but maisha yangu haiwezi niruhusu kutafuta msichana wa Nairobi, and that was the first girl wa Nairobi nimepata. And then akishanijibu hivyo, you see, si kama saa hii ati ukinijibu hivyo nitakwambia hey, unasema Azi sahi nikisikia ukini sahi roho sumu naweza sikia rudeness uko mbali, naweza isikia
hata jaisema bado as the phone is still ringing, you're like I think she's going to pick up with some attitude.
Sema
on hello.
Yeah.
So hiyo time ilikuwa ananiambia hivyo, namwambia ndio najua ndio nilikuwa nakwambia uko a place tunaweza ongea. You see, I was such a simper.
Simpsons.
Nilikuwa hadi nilikuwa naangalia najiambia, but you see at the time niko deep najiambia huyu akikubali tena sasa akinirudia sasa juu najua kuna mtu, but vijana
useless. Mimi nitambadilisha maisha.
This is the thing that Amina makes me say again, that rather this is the perfect example of why when men make it, when men make it, they will go for the girl they want,
because
not the girl they can get. You see, unasikia pia ameweka mademo wa Nairobi category tofauti.
Yeah, tofauti na Mama Chakos. Tofauti.
Yeah, of course.
So like mnasema kwa nini tulianza na yeye pamoja tukagrow pamoja alafu dea hii anataka kuniacha sai aya as he was growing ni nini ulikuwa ukifanya that inamuaffirm that wewe mko na yeye bado kwa hii safari juu hata wewe as you are growing mdem ilani makosa happen mdem grow before so, boy
done imeisha
ni ukweli
imeisha.
I don't think so.
Okay, most of the times
most of the time
it depends though. Yeah. Kuna watu pia najua siri zako sana uwezi enda mahali
takuharibia mambo
kwa hii town ni mimi na wewe
vitu najua zako si wewe uwezi enda mahali so I also think ni pia watu grow I think of course maybe ana regret of course ana regret
for sure
sababu she called me later 2 years later akaniambia hey
nilikuwa nakusalimia tu
kwa hiyo
nilikuwa nakusalimia tu
alafu wazazi wamekusalimia I knew the parents wazazi wamekusalimia so nasikia kumwambia wachana wazazi
so do you think that breakup molded you to the kind of man you are now and how you perceive relationships going forward?
Yes it did kwa sababu at least naweza ona msichana wa kukaa as in naweza ona I now know what I want like huyu nilimchukua juu ni hype nini ni mali hii nini so nikajiambia hii nitakuwa natembea nayo wanasema
wanasema tu vowel daktari you know
unaweza tu consonant fulani
you are so silly
so at least now najua what I want. You see at least kwa sisi wanaume when you grow umengangana hii time yote you know hata ukifikiria kupata mtu mgani you will think about apart from hiyo urembo huyu tunaweza kaje biashara tunaweza kaje
because you have to protect yourself going forward was it that one had to break you left right and center kuna watu wengine pia wanakuwa tu mafala you're just falling in love so easily so fast now there again you have been heartbroken
and it was sad you sikuwa na marafiki
wa
kukusaidia lakini hata kama ungekuwa na marafiki
tukana sana sisi wa kupenda sisi tunapenda kupenda bana
nyinyi wanaume ndio mnanifurahishanga sana
mimi nayo
why don't you discuss like how do you not talk about women when you are heartbroken your friends come from America Aseli. They board a plane, they come to be with you, to support you, and Tom is telling me atakuwa na marafiki, meaning now you're just pretending, and you guys usually do this thing where you make fun of each other where at matolifikira utawachwa
men usually make fun of each other and sometimes we recover from just that and sometimes it can actually deepen your situation kwa sababu zingine za kuchongoni kwambia lakini bro pia udem ulikuwa mnadhani mnaenda mahali wewe tuende tukaone ball
hata wewe kwa serious
nilikosea kabla utaendelea na hiyo nilikosea kuambia mtu hivyo sasa unaona ile mpaka amefukuzwa na dem okay if they watch I don't care choma so aliwachwa akafukuzwa you know ati na jamaa anakuja kuniambia yani bro ungeniambia huu dem ni bure nikamwambia bro mimi nilikwambia au wenye ni job sitaki kutaja the job au wenye ufanya hii job ni rahisi sana hata kutoka tu hata saa hii ukirudi hapo atakutoka
na bro
akarudi akaenda akamwambia vile nilisema
wanaume mnafanyanga hivyo pia
huyo si mwanaume kamili
jamaa ukishaiona mwanaume ana nini ashako sana alafu anarudi kwa simu kusema
but I thought it's women
nilisema pole mama
that is so embarrassing
because I think as far as yes when something happens to women and they're going through pain, the whole village comes around them. And it's not just the women who will come for that women. Even the men around them will come and support that woman. Yes. Now, the women, if men go through the same thing, if men go through the same thing, yes, there are some men who will come through to support. Lakini support yetu haitakuwa ile ya tunaongea for 6 months over the same thing. No, inakuwaga, how are you going to move on? What solutions do you have? What solutions are you coming up with? The women who come to the men, they will want to talk. talk, they will want to talk. Mwanaume ameshachoka, amepitia uchungu, unataka tu tuongee kuhusu ile kitu. Then they realize unless tunimpatie hakuna kitu kingine inaweza msaidia.
Yeah.
So unapata huyo mwanaume tu hapo ready anapatiwa.
Participating. I'm just like, the situation is different. Ni kweli kwa sababu for hata sahi kuna time flani one of my cousins asked me a question like, you're my bro, ukikosa pesa wewe utoa wapi pesa? Kwa sababu for girls have someone they can call, male or female, who can come through financially. Ni aje unaweza kuwa na thao hapo hata mi dem sasa kinyumba tao, chances are very high naweza kukutuma tu.
Even in marriage, women have their husband. I don't know who the husband has to call. But si pia dem ako job, the wife has work. So mimi, especially over the past few years, kwa sababu I decided to take a break from work. You think my husband can decide to take a break from anything? Is he okay in his brain?
No.
Have you shut up and go to work?
Yeah.
So I took a break. I don't know who men call, honestly. Even there's a time we're having the same discussion with Mato, and I was telling him how women, moms, they take breaks the weekend, they do the what, me I'll have the kids today, you go here, me I'll do this today, you this weekend. Men, I don't know when they take off that hat.
So you'd get to a situation whereby maybe umeachwa na mtu because you lost a job. No, and true, economically sometimes surviving ni hard, especially ukiwa na mtu and you're taking care of them, and it might actually, because maybe you are macho, you're the main guy when you had a job, but say job imeisha sasa, hata aucheki vile ulikuwa unacheka, autembei hivi ulikuwa unatembea, you don't smell the same, you don't feel the same. So they fell in love with an image of you, something else that was not really you, without the money, or with the money. They fell in love with the money.
Without money, by the way. The worst men to be around are broke men. The worst.
Kwanza ile alikuwa amezoea pesa.
But you see, it's because of what society has put, the expectation that society has for men, because a man is not valued for just being a man. He is valued for what he brings to the table. He's like a woman, whether Samidi ndio alisema mwanamke akose watoto, akose urembo pia, akose
hata matako kahauna,
education, akose bado atakuwa valued kama mwanamke.
Imagine
mwanaume ukose kuprovide tu hata sizo zingine, hata ukuwe na hizo vitu zingine zote, hata unakaa aje ama unafanya wewe ni mrembo, mwanaume mrembo kama unaweza itwa mrembo, lakini hau provide hata watu wenu, hata your family members.
And the worst part is it doesn't even take that long for them to start darauding you. Like you could have been making money for many years. 20 kwanza tu COVID,
1 year peke yake
ukwani kweli, and you're the breadwinner the whole time. So nasema recovering from that is actually, you need to have a lot of emotional intelligence to understand that you can compartmentalize
ashaniambia, why are you calling me during the day? And you're like, okay. Then he calls you at night, you're like, now you're calling me, I shouldn't sleep. Those are signs that maybe the relationship is not doing well. That thing helped me a lot. It doesn't help a lot of people. Me, it helped me a lot. I'm just escaping. But if you really deal with it honestly,
enonga kile Mato hakuwa na nyota ya Billboard lakini siku ile mmeachana.
Billboard left
kweli brands zimekubali. Hata nikwambia it's tough, especially dating someone who is one gifted. Ushaikuwa kwa situation kama hiyo, umedate mtu mwenye ako gifted, hata ukiingia kwa relationship that the next person is just very beautiful.
Yeah. It's like
it just affects you because huyo mwingine alikuwa DJ kweli pale, alikuwa na mix. Anapendwa, unajua vitu kama hizo.
I get you.
The parts that actually came with the person, you know.
You remember when Burna Boy released last and became such a big song. It was his song for breakup. When you sasa Steph London alikuwa nasikiaje? Because for her this is a real relationship and her she knew they're getting married. Here we are. The song is everywhere. Everywhere, bro. Can you imagine Tom? Umse alikuwa anafanya show hapa Kenya, Nigeria, kidogo Uganda, wakaachana na udem. Waliachana na udem. I don't even think months passed.
Burna Boy akajua US iko wapi?
Akaanza kuishi, akaanza kufanya na sijui Jay-Z wapi.
Yo Grammys wakagundua huyu kijana kumbe akona talent.
See, when he worked with P Diddy is when Diddy did his album,
yes.
And then the next
Diddy was the
Diddy has been doing it.
He did it.
With the D. Anyway, so who did it? I can got him a proper album because you have to have connections. He started getting invited to events. Kidogo nomination ya Grammy. Wongesikiaje Tom? Mse wakipatana na Stefflon was a bigger brand. No one knew who Burna was.
Yeah, true.
I cannot believe it.
Imagine.
And then I just
Ed Sheeran sasa ni boy wa Burna Boy.
I can't believe
my friend.
And he has reached heights she can probably only dream of. Imagine. You can't get over someone like that. Like now, I'm sure now she even wants him more. Like if he was attractive then, hiyo time na hizo meno zake. Now,
Sifa hivi leo umesema tu meno zake ni kama ni main character kwa story. Ushaona Burna Boy is the person we're talking about. But meno zake zimekam as centerpiece. Na hizo meno zake.
Sahizi nakapoa. Hiyo time tukakaje. But anyway, we'll catch you next week or next time. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you.
And that was another episode.